Hey. Everybody! I'm Ashley Canetti. I'm a professional fangirl and boy band expert, and I'm here with this amazing audience of intense Backstreet Boys fans to celebrate the DNA World Tour. So let's call the boys out. Backstreet Boys, get out here. AJ! Hi! AJ, hello! Ryan, hi!
I like your shirt.
Yes.
Oh, hi, guys.
The chances that we'd be
Good, how are you?
Hello.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, yes, yes.
Last time there was a
to see you.
heavy amount of sweating with her and us
Konnichiwa.
in that spin class.
Wow, we got a whole
Sitting here. Yes.
representation of the world here in Japan.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys for having me be here. Boy bands have ruined my life. You guys know this, as this is like, I think the 10th time I've met you. And speaking of that, this audience has all met you before.
And you
They're-
look really comfortable, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like, oh, hey, these are
Can I
my pals.
switch seats? A little rough on the tooth.
We got the world represented here.
We've got a space. Come sit down.
The last time I was with you guys, you announced your new single back in May, and you're doing this impromptu surprise at a spin class. And now we're relaxed. We're here.
Air conditioning.
Yes.
It's nice.
We're at Planet Hollywood, where you've had your Vegas residency for about a year and a half now. But now you're going on the DNA World Tour, which is the biggest tour you guys have been on since Black and Blue 18 years ago. It's worldwide. Tickets are on sale in the US right now and are going on sale
Oh my
in
God, we're
Europe
back again.
on the 16th. Okay, wait, speaking of that, is it annoying when people say Backstreet's back? Because I say Backstreet's always been here.
Yes.
like
well,
that.
I mean, you know.
Hey.
Look,
Right.
thank you. Obviously, there's something special about that song that
Yeah.
it keeps getting reused in that manner or in different memes. You know, you could also say, what are the chances that Backstreet's Back would be used? Bump. There you go. So,
Oh, we're playing with chances
see,
later.
I'm telling you,
You
we can
know,
always
tell
use
me
it.
why.
it that way.
We have titles that we can just keep reusing.
Tell me
It's
why
nice.
we would
True.
still be here.
Yes. Well, speaking of Chances, how is Chances is the album, which is coming out on January 25th, and it is called DNA. Yes. How is it going to be more like your new single Chances, which dropped on Friday, or is it going to be more like Don't Go Breaking My Heart, which came out in May?
It's gonna be all of the above.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons we called it DNA is because all of us are influenced by so many different genres and styles of music, and our entire career, it's been not difficult, but challenging to put a body of work together for our albums that all of us feel like represents all of us, all the time. Usually somebody's got to sacrifice, and that's part of being a team, part of being a group. You're not always going to be 100% happy
No,
with
I've seen the
everything.
documentary.
So some of us have had to compromise, and we are a democracy. So sometimes things make the album that I don't necessarily like, or Nick doesn't like. But the point is, this album, I think we've done a really good job at sprinkling in all of our influences. There's touches of Nashville, there's touches of R&B, there's touches of rock, there's touches of electronic, EDM, pop, dance. There's a little bit of everything on the album. So I think Chances and Don't Go Breaking My Heart are a good way to introduce folks to the album.
It's a nice balance.
We polled the fans earlier, and we were like, we had some mixed in, but the majority either loves the Millennium album the most or Never Gone the most. Wow. So you guys
see
think
that.
that
That's like
there's a
Howie's
nice
wife's
mix of
favorite
those?
album.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Never Gone, I think, was our first time really stripping things down and kind of trying to go more organic, more acoustic driven, more live instrumentation, a little bit less of the more programmed sequence sounds. But those are my two favorite albums,
Me
to be
too.
honest. I mean, honestly, I think that collection of music is really does span, like, no pun intended, our DNA, truthfully.
I think the vocals on that record are kind of what stand out to me. I mean, that's like I think the most harmonic record that we have. Never Gone. If you think
Never Gone?
Never Gone, yeah. We were doing a lot of 5-part harmony on it. So that intricate harmonies, great songs. I'm thinking it starts and ends with the songs. They have to be great songs. And I think we have that with this new record. And it takes a while. That's why it took, almost 2 years to record the album. But, good things come to those that wait. I mean, perfect example would be Don't Go Breaking My Heart. We were working with Stuart Crichton.
We always call him Christian.
Crichton.
That's how it's spelled, but it's Crichton.
It's Crichton because it's Scottish. We were working with Stuart, and we were doing some songs, but that song hadn't been written yet, and he had come to see our show right here, and he got inspired, and that's when he went back into the studio and wrote that song specifically for us. So
And it does show that even though it did take 2 years, sometimes Backstreet time is a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well,
sometimes.
well, it's out there. The music's out there.
Yeah, and two, I have to say, like, you guys talk about Millennium and what you call it, Never Gone. Like, I gotta go with Millennium on that one because it's like when you think about the time, you think about where you were in your life, whether you were in the 2nd grade or the 8th grade, or or you were in high school or college or wherever. That was just such a monumental record. I mean, how, it has a lot to do. Probably, I would say 40%, 45% of our being here today is that album. And it's because of that outreach and that connection with the fans. Because if you interviewed each and every one person that came here tonight, even to the show or here, you would find that they're just attached to that time, and that's been the beginning of the journey. So we're fortunate to still be here.
I just want to add one more thing on that.
No, I got one more thing.
Beat this horse to death. I thought it was really cool on our Backstreet cruise when we did the Millennium album from literally all the way through. We did like karaoke with ourselves, but we played it from top to bottom, and just how that to me of any of our albums, for our fan base worldwide, is the most familiar album for song to song to song. Everybody can sing every word and knows every note of that album.
And you knew
that
what was coming
evident
next. That was the cool thing. It was like, boys
So
will be. Then it was like, goes into. I mean, that wasn't on the record.
No, that was like 2 records prior.
That was 2 records ago. They were like,
So anyway,
That's the Red album, bro.
that's a red album.
You guys,
That's the
I
red
have to
album.
say that Millennium is like a timeless album, and you don't get that very many times with boy bands. I'm gonna pass that album down to my kids, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I feel like this could be on the radio still today.
Thank you.
All right, AJ, you directed this new video for Chances. Is this the first video that you directed for the guys?
For Backstreet, yes. I co-directed it with my lifelong friend, Renee Elizondo, who actually was a video director and photographer back in the day. He actually directed Janet Jackson's That's the Way Love Goes.
Ooh, cool.
So he definitely has an eye for the visual. And him and I, we literally were getting in treatments for the video kind of last minute, and nobody was really gravitating towards anything. So myself and Renee and our little team, we just sat down at my house, threw out this whole idea, came up with this treatment. The guys loved it, and then next thing you know, we did it in one day.
One day?
It was a long day.
Impressive.
Long day. At
24 hours?
Until about 4 a.m.
Okay.
At Union Station in downtown LA, which is an absolutely breathtaking, like just visual gauntlet. I mean, they've obviously since redone it before we shot because it looks all just new, but it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and I was a little bit nervous because I don't normally tell the guys what to do, which I didn't really. We all kind of talked through each scene, and everybody kind of worked together.
Don't interrupt
He's
him.
rambling. He's talking. I was actually kind of intrigued and like happy because it only took like one shot. He was like, okay, we're done. I'm like,
So AJ's your favorite director.
Well, it was our favorite director, and I was like worried that we weren't going to get the shot necessarily, but it worked out.
it wasn't a really complicated video shoot for us.
Yeah.
The most complicated part was those beautiful dancers that did an amazing job.
They did.
A friend of mine wrote me a text today, and he was like, you guys are bringing the romance back.
No, thank you. Did you see John Mayer did a whole post about how romance needs to be added back into music?
Yeah.
It's so missing.
Really?
So Yeah,
I mean, that's
a
kind of our specialty.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Anything with a heart.
We're good at that.
What are the chances?
Brian, you do like going like this. during
Yes, I
concerts.
do.
You do
That's
that a
my
lot.
thing.
Yeah.
I trademarked it. Actually.
Love fest.
He started it way before
trademarked
Bieber ever started doing it.
Oh my goodness.
I did it with my head. I do it with my legs. No.
How you've been quiet. Got.
Howie had a long night last night.
There's enough talking.
What did he have? What was that drink?
In a group, you have to sometimes one person has to learn to be able to be quiet here and there.
Okay, Howie, I want you to tell me, since we were talking about visuals with the video, is the new DNA tour going to be visually similar to the Vegas residency, or is it going to be totally revamped?
It's going to be a totally different show.
Okay.
We're actually working with a couple of gentlemen that we worked with in the past named Richmond and Tone Talladega. They worked with us. They actually started off as dancers with us back in the early days of the Millennium Tour, and then little by little started directing.
That's awesome.
Started, putting more of our choreographing our production. They did the In a World Like This show with us.
Did Madonna.
And but yeah, they've also worked with Madonna, Chris Brown, a lot of other great people. And so we've chosen them to come on board and kind of help us spearhead this next tour. And so right now we're literally like coming up with ideas with them right now. We just finalized our stage design just a couple of days ago, which we had to get done because obviously tickets need to go on sale, and so you got to.
And we have no stage, but go buy a ticket.
But it's gonna be a great show. We're excited about it.
Is there going to be there's going to be choreographed dancing to the new album, or just the old stuff?
I mean, I think we're gonna definitely obviously do all the hits. We haven't really gotten exactly into a set list yet, but I'm sure at least the 2 singles are going to be in the show. We normally always try to add some stuff that's throw people a little side curve with some maybe unexpected stuff, just like we did on this run here.
Love that.
And
Some of my
deep
favorites.
cuts.
Some of my deep cut favorites have made an appearance here in Vegas, and I would have never expected to
What
see
were
them
they?
in the show.
Undone.
Kevin.
Now you put it on the spot.
Sorry, I know.
Well, I was thinking, do you guys sing L.A. Monaco?
No.
That's super deep.
That
That's
is a deep
That's
cut.
home.
That was
All
on.
around the world, yeah.
Every
place
place
feels like home.
Yes, it feels like home.
That was In a World Like This, right?
Can't
I
even think
feel
of our
like
name,
you
song
need
titles.
to add that deep cut on this tour since it's your first world tour in a long time.
Well,
Come
a good
on,
suggestion.
it's so
Really good
catchy.
suggestion.
It's a good live show.
Take that
Listen,
into consideration.
listen. We should have a segment. We should have a segment of the show, and it says on the screen, "Deep cuts."
Yes.
You sing Trouble
Deep
Is.
cuts
would
by
do, like,
You guys, Trouble
Like,
Is
oh, it was
is
in
your
the show.
best deep cut. Anyway, I'm getting off topic.
Deep
Let's
cuts
talk more
by
about the tour.
Backstreet Boys.
You have so many songs, deep cuts, hits. How do you incorporate all the hits into a stage show while still incorporating other songs from different albums that were singles?
I'm
magic
noticing
of
that our
medleys.
shows are getting longer and longer. Not like the Guns N' Roses 4 hours type show, but I'm noticing as our catalog gets longer, so does the show. I mean, we have to put the hits in there, obviously, and those take
Fans
up a
will get
certain
mad.
amount of time. But if I'm putting this show into the equation, I think that what do we have, like 4 or 5 songs that aren't like a part of the hits? So it's like 22 songs. So I can anticipate it maybe being a little bit longer than that. Who knows? I mean, ultimately they want to see us stay on the stage as long as we can.
But there's also medleys.
How are your knees going to handle this tour?
Oh, you might have
the
to do some
crowd goes
injections
by.
before we go out. Do some PRP, get my knees back in shape. But we also do medleys and stuff like that too to kind of put like there's certain songs that obviously go hand in hand, like Quit Playing Games, as long as you love me. That could be a medley. Like there's going to be a way to make it all work. So
You can't do medleys. People want to hear the bridge and the second verse, the first.
Take it to the
You
bridge.
leave out
Take it to
one
the bridge.
person,
No, that's the
they get
thing.
mad.
You're like,
I mean,
oh,
it's
you
a-
left out Nick's part. I love
They
Nick.
get mad.
It's exciting that 25 years in, we got this big tour coming up, and we're gonna get together with Rich and Tone and sit down and like make our dreams come true. We want to build a dream show for this world tour, and want it to be really special. And we want to play some of our old favorites too that really aren't hits, but that we know the fans will like, but that are our favorites. That we have some we haven't even ever done live before. So.
But not boys will be boys, okay?
not if you want to be a good girl. either.
We've done that live.
Going back to the new album DNA, there's some bangers on this record.
There's some
I mean,
bangers.
there's some sexy songs. There's some songs that have a little bit more
Sex
urban
dad.
side to them. Stuff that you could dance to. It's all over the place. And I think being able to, put a show together with that is going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Well, I want to give the fans an opportunity to ask you guys some questions. So, ladies
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
gentlemen, you're the only gentleman in the crowd. How's that feel? Do you have a question for the boys since you are the only guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't lie, Matt.
We
Yes,
got a
you
question
do.
for you, Matt.
Matt's always got
He's like-
questions.
Who has a good question?
He knows all the answers.
Nobody on this side has.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, if you could add any song that's not in the show, what song would you add?
To this show?
Good one.
Yeah.
Kind of segues.
That's not in the show?
To this show or the new one? Well, either show, any show.
Any Backstreet Boys song that isn't done in the Vegas residency, which one would you pick?
I would pick, even though it's kind of in the show, just audio-wise, but not physically, it's Gotta Be You. That's my oldest favorite BSB song right now. Like, she can't stop singing it. And that was a fun song live during the Millennium Tour, so.
My song would be The Perfect Fan. I think people would be like, you show me. Like, I think that would be a moment. Then I would cry.
I think we should do a segment in the show where we trick the audience to make them think that we're going to do this song. If you want to be good girl, get yourself a bad boy. And then the guys cut us off and they stop. That's a tease, right?
We hate that song.
Mine would be Safest Place to Hide or If You Stay.
Ooh, if you stay.
Deep cuts.
You guys do don't want you back, don't want
Oh, you know what?
Oh, Don't Want You
Now
Back.
that I think
Another
about
good
it, I
one.
really want to bring that
We do
song
that.
back.
We did it on the
We don't do it in
In
this
a World
show?
Like This tour.
That's one of my
That's
favorites.
a good one.
We do Boyfriend in the show.
That's
Yeah.
it. Get
We
in
do
there.
Getting the Boyfriend. Finally.
Hi. I was wondering if you guys could tell us about a couple of the songs on the upcoming album and maybe give us a preview of something we haven't heard yet.
There's one song. So I did Dancing with the Stars, and I became friends with Andy Grammer. And it's funny because I called him up, and we were searching for songs, and I called him up, and I'm like, he's an incredible writer, obviously. And I said, do you have any songs, anything available? And he's like, yeah. So he sent me like a couple of them. I don't know, are we allowed to talk about the title?
Of course.
We haven't played it on the cruise. I don't know if we're allowed to say it.
The album's coming out.
It's called Passionate. The song's called Passionate.
I played it on the cruise. Everybody loved
Yeah,
it.
it's kind of got like a little funky beat, to it. Who was the guys that produced it?
Stereotypes.
Stereotypes.
They do all the Bruno Mars
Do
stuff.
all the Bruno Mars stuff, and so I think that's gonna be a lot of fun for people to hear that one.
Yep.
Anybody? Anything else?
To get my hands on all of it.
We'll keep it on the wraps.
And all of it.
Yes, I can't think of song titles right now.
I'm passionate, I can't help
Happy
it. I
birthday.
need to get
birthday.
my hands on all of it.
Birthday,
Need to get my hands on all of it. Sorry.
Oh no, that's the other one. That's the other one.
That's the old one. Yeah,
that's
sorry.
So
Long story.
my question is, as I am excited for your new tour, are you guys ever coming back to Vegas for another residency?
Probably not.
We would love to.
Just kidding.
It's our third time here.
Yes,
so you
if
guys better
Planet
come
Hollywood
back.
wants
Third
us
time?
back,
This is my
we will
first
be
time.
back.
Well, we're gonna go all over the world and
That'd be
hit
fun, 2
every
years.
corner of the planet that we can.
Okay.
And then after we do that, if they still want us here, why not?
We'll vouch
Come
for
back
it.
with a little revamped new show, and
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
and we'll be here for another fourth time and fifth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll do the Rat Pack thing here.
Oh, yes.
10 more years in Vegas.
Next over here, what is your question for the Backstreet Boys?
Hello. So my question is, with the new album coming out, is there a specific song that you guys have that you're excited to perform, that you like, that's a must-have for the next tour?
Like something that we would put in the next show. I mean, we're gonna have 12 songs, right? And then obviously bonuses. If you had to choose some that would be in the show.
No Place Like You. And what's that other one that the funky up tempo?
Oh yeah. New Love.
New Love.
New Love.
New Love and
Yeah.
No Place Like You.
New Love is dope.
I would have to agree with New Love. Actually, I would say both.
I think
both the same.
Passionate, too.
I do
mean,
love
I'd like
those
to see
songs the
Passionate
most.
in it.
No Place
That
Like
and
You
Is It
is
Just
like
Me?
autobiographical. It is our
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
No Place Like You is our life.
Yeah. And Is It Just Me's good. Yeah.
But, New Love, when you hear New Love, you're going to be like, that's who did you say that was?
Yeah.
Really?
You know,
Oh, it
because,
does not
Wait,
sound-
how so?
well, it's just,
funky.
it's sexy, but it's
urban.
funky, and it just doesn't,
Like Outkast
I don't know,
a little
the
bit.
track is just so different that when you think, wait a second, that's Backstreet Boys, you know, so it's gonna turn some heads. So I agree with Kevin on that one. My favorite song, it was a song called Hey, and it didn't even make the album.
Hopefully we'll get on the album.
Yet.
We're looking for soundtracks. We're looking. You're gonna hear that song.
No, we haven't. We just
It's
gotta make
out.
sure that
We gotta do a
production is
repackage
do it
or
right.
something.
Did you see the conversation I started?
the internal debates that are starting to come.
Why can't it make the album? Is there a certain number that you
Deadlines.
can't go beyond?
Deadlines.
Deadlines and
Yeah.
also the production just wasn't right. It's such a
Deadlines, the
special
writers want it
song
to be a
It's a
certain
beautiful
way.
song.
that it just wasn't right,
Yeah.
and it can't go out like that.
You got to respect
It's
the
straight
writers and the producers.
romanticizing.
Them putting something out there, they want to be happy. Everyone, all of us want to be happy, but we don't want to just put something out to put it out. So, yeah.
Good answer, AJ. But that's
Fingers crossed.
Okay. One more question from the audience.
Matt.
Come on, Matt, just ask us something. You know you want to.
He knows everything.
We got a question
We'll
for Matt.
love your
He
question.
knows everything.
How well do you
knows
guys know
everything.
Matt?
This one.
We know that.
We just met him
knows
yesterday.
everything.
I think Matt has been
He's a professor. He's
1,000
been
shows.
to. He's
Matt
a.
knows
He is a professor.
Listen, he's a
from
professor
Tampa?
in Tampa. You know, he
Florida?
teaches kids. I mean, and then he comes out and he never, like the shows that he's not here, I feel slighted a little bit.
Yeah, I feel really like,
I do.
I feel uneasy if I don't
It's
see him
from
in the front row.
Tampa. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I have this point in the show during Get Another Boyfriend that I
See? Look at that.
sing all my ad libs to him, and I go to the stage. It's like stage right every time. I know he's going to be there, and when we come down in the beginning on, oh, you people can't you? If I don't see Matt, I'm like,
He starts crying.
Yeah, you must feel
Why is
so
he not
lost.
here?
I feel so
I'm serious.
cool.
How many residency shows have you gone to?
Don't put me on the spot. It's like 43, 44.
43. How many shows are you going to see on the DNA tour?
Well, I want to go to 69 because that's how many are up there. But probably not.
You guys have very loyal fans. Okay, but Matt was not our last question. We have one more. Oh,
this one here, one right there. In the
okay,
back.
let's go
Right
here.
there.
Let's go here.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask Nick a question about why you like, if you wanted to be a good girl, get yourself a bad boy. And if you like it so much, where would you stick it in a future concert?
Where would we stick it in the show?
She said, where would you stick it?
We'd stick it straight up his.
First of all,
She said,
it's
where
now
would you
become
stick
like a running joke internally because now I'm just like, I just want to do it because every time we do play around with it or we put it somewhere, like the fans like go crazy over it. They love it, but the group hates it.
We'll put it on the credits.
We did it on the cruise.
As we do after
We
do
did
the
it.
bow.
We'll do them on cruises.
Only on cruises.
Now, listen, it's cool.
Why won't that song ever die?
We're gonna remake it as the country.
Just keeps coming back to life. It's like a zombie.
To be good,
We can
girl.
make it country.
Get yourself a big
I think you guys are on to something with that.
I say we
Just
we
let
on
it
this
be.
next tour we do a voting system and with our fans we give them a list of a certain amount of songs. I'd like to see how many songs they like and which
We've
songs they
tried
wanna
that, and it causes fights between us.
All we need to do is go on tour and do the Millennium album from top to bottom.
But that's
Why don't we
not
just
DNA.
recreate the Millennium Tour?
I've said
Cool
that,
idea.
Millennium 2.0,
And then
but
strip some DNA
keeps on not
songs in
happening.
it.
With all the
Good.
robot
No,
suits.
everything.
Yeah.
Recreate the exact same
No,
show.
we've thought about
That'd be
just
kinda awesome.
like AJ's brought up the Millennium 2.0 tour.
That's cool. Or what if you did
Maybe we'll do some limited
it in
engagements.
chapters, so you had a segment during the show for each
Yeah.
album?
Have you been talking or listening
Or
to
when we come back
do
to
I know?
Vegas,
The Millennium.
You know something that we even don't
The
know
black and
ourselves?
blue.
She's like,
Because it's the DNA and it's made
They're
up
never
of
gone.
all of your albums. Anyway, you guys.
That'd be a 4-hour show.
that
we
would
get
be a
carried
long
away
road
with it.
That would be.
Hey, as long as we don't have to dance, if we can just stand there and sing, I could do it for 4 hours.
We are going to play a game now, and this is what I've been most excited about. The game is called Chances Are.
Chances are.
So what you're going to do is I'm going to say blank, and you're going to fill that blank in with one of your names. Chances are blank is most likely to clog the toilet on the bus.
Unanimous decision.
That raises another question. Are you guys sharing a tour bus, or do you each
No.
have one?
In Europe, we do 2 buses. Yeah.
In Europe, we share.
Okay. I'm off topic a little bit, but I need to know what your favorite fast food rest stop is. We'll go down the row.
It used to always be McDonald's, hands down McDonald's.
Wait, which part of the world? Which part of the world?
America.
Okay.
Sorry,
But
Europe.
now,
I'm just kidding.
Your fast food guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not everywhere, which sucks, but I would say probably In-N-Out now.
I don't get it now. But moving
I don't want
on.
anybody taking mine. I want to go
Shake
right now.
Shack greater than In-N-Out. let's
Shake
be
Shack
real.
is better.
Okay, good.
Shake Shack is
Thank
better.
you,
I
got
Thank you.
And we just got one.
Taco Bell.
Westlake, baby.
Taco Bell. Yay!
Yeah,
Howie?
It might not be there, but we still got one.
Chick-fil-A or Crackle Barrel?
Okay, both
you
very
say
good.
Crackle?
I've never been to
Crackle Barrel?
Crackle Barrel.
Cracker
Oh,
Barrel.
Crackle Barrel.
He said Crackle Barrel.
Wow, that's funny. That's why I thought
You
it
love
was
us,
called
Jen.
that.
You know, for me, like a double Whopper with cheese and no onions. Ooh, I'm
Love
good to
a
Go.
Whopper. Frame
Or Waffle House.
Frame world beef, guys.
Popeyes and Waffle House.
Nice. Chances are blank is most likely to get the most action from his life on the bus when you guys have your own indivial tour buses. Yep.
Not on the shared
Most
bus.
action?
Yeah, sexy time.
Oh.
These two. Okay.
Yeah.
The ones that have been married the longest. Chances are blank is most likely to forget what city they're in.
Howie.
Hey! What are you talking about?
You've done it a couple times.
Los Angeles, we're in. No.
He has said it a couple times.
It was like that Southwest commercial. Want to get away in a hurry?
We were in.
We were in
We were
Australia.
no,
You got the country
in
wrong,
Sydney.
too.
And I said Sweden.
No, you said
Yeah.
Austria.
No,
Oh my God,
I know
awkward.
for sure. I remember.
No,
I
I
was so
remember
embarrassed.
another time. I was like,
Oh,
dude,
maybe that's
we're in
another time,
Australia.
though.
He's like, thank you, Austria. I'm
How
like,
the crowd react.
I went by really quickly. You know, I just
You
turned on
gotta
to the next
say
thing.
real quick.
Start the music, start the music.
That's right. We were like, did he just say that? He did just say
Yeah.
that.
Chances are blank is most likely to get homesick on tour.
Brian.
Yeah.
Aw. Who?
I think we all do now.
Yeah. How much does your family come out when you're on tour?
As much as
As possible.
I mean, in the summertime, we try to take our kids with us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
They're out of
I
school.
mean, when our family's with us, we can stay out forever.
Yeah. That's easy.
That's nice. Okay, I got two more questions, and then we're sadly have to be done.
what are the chances?
Chances are blank is most likely to prank the rest of the boys. Yeah. I thought that was a
Never
given.
stop.
You know, I'm gonna have to pull out some of my pranks again.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we have to wrap this up. You guys, I'm so excited for this new album out January 25th. The new single is out right now. And you can buy tickets if you're in America right now and in Europe on the 16th of November. DNA World Tour kicking off next May.
Yes.
So
yes.
excited! Yay! Thank you guys so much.
you.
This has been an
Thank
honor.
you, guys.
This has been such a pleasure. I can't believe this is happening still. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so
And
much.
I'm sorry that we ruined your life.
Come see you, boys.
In the best way possible.
Thank you guys for coming.